So in this video, I'm over here on the far side of Magaluf beach in the final 2 weeks more or less of the summer holiday season for 2025. Now the reason I'm over here in Magaluf today is that I've just been to the annual ABTA travel convention, which this year is taking place over in the Mallorca beach hotel just up the hill here. So I thought I'd walk back to my car. I'll tell you a little bit more about it, but I am going to have more information coming out about this as we go on through the winter months, so subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. But one of the biggest messages coming out from the hosts Calvia Town Hall from over here in Magaluf, and I'm going to show you the bag here. I have to show you the bag. I've got myself a freebie. Look, Magaluf for all, and this is going to be the key message here for holidaymakers coming over here to Magaluf, whether it's this year or whether it's next year. Magaluf for all, and that's not just for holidaymakers or for those that have been coming here for absolutely decades and feel that they're being priced out of the market and feel like they can't come back. It's Magaluf for everybody. It's for residents too as well, and this is the big message that they try to put across in the conference. So I really am on the very, very far side of Magaluf. I'm standing more or less right in front of the Bahia Principe hotel. If you've seen my island update for the week ahead, you'll know that the weather is changing. We do have plenty of sunshine down here and we do have highs of 24 degrees, but as you can see, just panning the camera around here to the Elba Sunsets Hotel right at the end of the point. The Bahia Principe kind of right in the middle as well, and over towards the beach. It looks like we do have a change in weather approaching, but let's head on now down along the waterfront. So at this time of year, well, you're going to get a much different experience over here in Magaluf than you are going to get during the summer months. We are on the final weeks of the summer season here, and if you're looking for a quieter experience, then this is what you'll have to enjoy. So we're just coming up by the Cheval Beach Bar here, or restaurant. Looks very, very nice. So I want to hear from you. How do you book your holiday over here to Mallorca? Do you still use the high street travel agents? Because, well, I've been hearing how useful travel agents are still in the booking process, particularly, and this is quite surprising, with young people. Let me know in the comments how you book your holiday, whether you self-package, whether you book a package holiday, whether you book online, or whether indeed you head on down to the high street and go and talk to a human being. Let me know in the comments. So the travel conference was actually very well policed. There are lots of Policia Local police vans around the hotel today. I'm just standing in front of Nikki Beach. I can hear some music playing out, but as I pan the camera around, well, we have a big change for October, and that is that the luxury sunbed offering has now been removed. If you're wondering what that was, go ahead and check back on my last video from over here. But the beach is looking busy. The beach is looking almost as busy as summer. So we're just coming down by the dunes here, by the newly installed dunes. And I'm going to turn the camera around because I've just had a huge raft of people walking by me. I mean, Magaluf is busy today. I think we have quite a few holiday makers over, making the most of the end of the season and the really great value breaks that I've seen online. And it is also surprisingly hot as well for this time of year. But anyway, let's take a walk down, let's see how busy it is. Let's get some nice views as well. I do have a feeling we have rain coming in for the next few days. So I did want to bring you a little bit of sunshine from over here in Magaluf while I'm down here. And look, just to give you an idea of how busy it is on the sunbeds too. So just coming up past quite a busy Puerto Rico restaurant here, we see our first closure over here in Magaluf, and that is the Roots Bar, which we saw opening this summer in time for peak season. The fences are up. It's always a sad sight as we move on through October. We do start to see some of the bigger bars closing, some of the bigger restaurants closing in the resorts. Don't worry if you're coming over, by the way. I have to say, don't worry. There's always going to be plenty of things open, but this Roots Bar was very much a huge outdoor venue, and with the change in the weather conditions as well, and maybe a few less holidaymakers, it's going to make it maybe a little bit unfeasible to stay open, hence why the fence is up. But one place that will not be closing early, look, is Tom Brown's. And this is looking pretty busy over here today. In fact, it's packed. It's absolutely packed. Can't believe it. Oh, this is fantastic to see. It's really, really fantastic to see that people are still choosing to come over here to Magaluf quite late on into the season. And that by far is one of the most popular offerings over here. But unfortunately, as I come a little bit further down the waterfront here, well, we have the Daiquiri Palace, which has also closed now for the season. I am a little bit surprised actually to see this closed. I'm wondering whether they've seen the weather forecast and whether they've decided to call it a day. Now we're beyond the peak season, but the resorts are busy. So this for me is a little bit surprising. But as you can see, that the cyclists are back too. And I've seen that reported as well in the local media that cycling tourism is back for the latter part of the holiday season. Let's give you a quick view of the beach here, through the bushes. So we haven't quite hit half term yet, the mid-term break for UK kids coming out here. There are a few kids out, I can see on the beaches, but I think we're going to expect the main influx of families to start arriving in the next week or so to make the most of the final week of the season. But there is plenty open. But still, look, pretty much all the sunbeds have been taken down here. I mean, this is quite incredible. I'm kind of approaching the middle part of Magaluf Beach and just seeing how busy it is down here as well. For Mallorca, not for Benidorm, I just have to say. We are Mallorca busy for October. So I'm just coming down the side here of the Meliá Inside Hotel and what looks like a closed Hadley's Beach Club, but it isn't closed, it isn't closed. Look, just to let you know, there is an opening here. And the good news is that not only are all the sunbeds and everything like that available to rent, the Flow Rider surf machine is still going as well. Got a few people on there enjoying the surf machine today. But let's head on back onto the waterfront. Now I don't know when this is due to close. Hopefully it'll stay open until the end of October. I'm going to get a few views down the beach. Let's go and have a quick look down Magaluf beachfront. Let's head along the jetty. So I'd love to know what the ABTA members and the press think of the new look Magaluf. I'm sure for many of them at the convention today, it's going to be their first time over here in Magaluf since the refurbishments have been made. And as you can see, I'm on the brand new jetty here, which was opened earlier on in the season. We still have the water sports up and running as well. This is all going to be up and running right until the end of the season as well, until the end of October. And even though we have a little bit of cloud today, look, got plenty of people in the water, looking very busy over here on Magaluf Beach. Look how clear it is as well. Look, you can actually see the fish from here. It's looking amazing, look. A few clouds though bubbling up in the mountains. Don't worry too much if you are looking at that weather app on your phone. That's not often the most accurate weather forecast you're going to see as well. And sometimes when it does say rain, it never really lasts very long, even at this time of year. So don't worry too much, but check out Magaluf today, goodness me. And look, the Water Sports Centre is still up and running. I can just see some people ready to go out on one of these boat rides here. Looks fantastic. Anyway, let's head on back to the beach. So we can see how much the wind is picking up here, just taking a quick look at the trees. Let's head on back down the waterfront. So you can just see the comings and the goings along at Magaluf beach today. I'm actually quite surprised. We do actually have quite a few families out. I'm sure in quite a few areas of Europe actually we do have a much earlier half term than you will see in the UK. But I'm expecting quite an influx of British travellers as we head on towards the end of October. Because as you know, Magaluf is a key holiday resort for many British holidaymakers, but the demographic has changed this summer. And we've seen, well, holidaymakers of all nationalities. Drop a comment if you've visited from another country this summer, or indeed if you're thinking of coming next year. And just coming up past Blackbeard's Beach Bar and Grill, this is still very much open, and again this is looking pretty busy as well for the middle of October. So as we approach the final part of Magaluf Beach and talking to our friends over at Calvia Town Hall, it is believed that the works here are not going to be starting until November this year. And that's to refurbish this final side of Magaluf Beach. The majority of the works have now been done. About 2/3 of the beach actually have now been done. But it's just this final section here that they're going to renovate. Now I'm going to try and get a little bit more information about this, about what you can expect if you're coming out next year. But it's going to add the finishing touches to this resort. Don't forget, if you are coming over here for the final weeks of the season, we're still going to see these €1 lockers available to rent. And as you can see, there hasn't actually been very much take up on them. I can see about 3 or 4 have been rented, but they are here because if you go on into the sea, please do not leave stuff on the sand. It's a warning I make very often, but in the Calvia municipality, you do have these lockers available. And look, as you can see, look, you just need a €1 coin to rent these, to take out the key. So let's come down a little bit further. Now Oceans is still open, but I do believe that they've had their final party for the summer 2025 season. I can see the restaurant is still open. It's looking a little bit quiet over here. And this is the reason why many of these really big venues do close earlier on, before the end of the season. But with that drives more people to some of the smaller venues. And we're just coming up to a major bar on the waterfront here, which I can also see is busy today. And that is Crusoe's, looking nicely busy for October. Anyway, let's head away from the beachfront now. I'll be back down here to film another island update before the season's out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. So let's head on down the centre of the resort. I'm going to head on back in the direction of my car. And just to show you, look what Magaluf Strip looks like daytime in October. But if you've been watching my videos this summer, you're going to know that it's always quiet here daytime on Magaluf Strip. As to whether it's quiet on the evening is a different matter in October. It probably will be because, well, most of the clubs will have had their end of summer parties, and some of the clubs are only opening now. The ones that have stayed open will only be opening on the weekends. Let me know if you've been over here partying in October. How did you find it? Let us know. So just looking up to Temple here, we can see the Stars and Stripes, the US flag, out to welcome all the sailors that we've had in the port, in Palmer Port, over the past few days. And I'm sure they have been out here partying in Magaluf, in this area as well. Also, Magaluf Square is never going to offer a really busy experience during the day, but it is open, and well, there are a few people sitting out drinking beers. But here's something quite surprising for you, for all of those who say that Mallorca is expensive. Look, a large beer, €3 in a frozen glass from between 2 and 6 p.m, which is pretty good. Look, frozen daiquiri, €6 between 2 and 6 p.m. So they do have some good daytime offers for you, and a bouncy castle right at the end for the kids too. And the sales continue right through the month of October. Look, you can get yourself some good deals down here on holiday, particularly If there are no summer clothes left in Northern Europe, of course you're going to be moving into autumn now, into winter. Just coming overhanging swimming pool as well. That looks like it's open as well. Yes, there are. Look there. A few people enjoying the rooftop terrace today. Everything though is open on this side of Magaluf Resort, which is fantastic to see. Look, everything, look, all the shops, absolutely everything. And have I highlighted this place before? Look, we've got a German kitchen here. Look, German cuisine, Ramona's. We've got a daily menu here. And look, I can just see the British menu at the top here. Look, €14.50, you get a choice of potato soup, dates wrapped in bacon or ravioli, chicken with rice, pork steak and fries, lasagna, cabbage roll with potatoes, or ice cream, or fruit salads and cream. Fantastic, what a bargain. As the slogan goes, Magaluf for all. Something for everyone over here in Magaluf. And we're just coming up by the Britannia. It's looking a little bit quiet today. It is open, but it's just looking quiet. And we have a few people in the piano bar. I will be back here soon at some point, preferably before the end of the season, over to the piano bar and look, the little entranceway down to the beach, almost where I started this video. But I'm going to be heading on beyond Nikki Beach to my left hand side, back in the direction of the car. Thanks very much for watching everyone. Just for a very quick video today, just to take a quick look at Magaluf in October. And even though we're starting to see some places closing over here in Magaluf as we head on towards the end of the season, there's still plenty open over here. If you're coming over, don't worry too much. There are plenty of restaurants open, there are plenty of bars too. Okay everyone, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to drop a couple of videos appearing both here and here on YouTube. Don't forget, you can find me in the Facebook group and on my Instagram, also called Mallorca Under the Sun. And don't forget, I'm going to have more information coming out from the ABTA annual travel convention later on in the year as well. When it's a little bit quieter, we're going to talk a little bit more tourism too, so subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Okay everyone, thanks very much for watching. I'll be back soon and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Goodbye for now.